Thank you. Welcome to the hearing for the Board of Health on October the 21st, 2025. I would like to ask Vanessa to do the roll call for the quorum purpose.
Tom Lee.
Present.
Dr. Lesko.
Present.
Dr. Guadagnoli.
Present.
Dr. Caniff.
Present.
Dr. Beer. Present. Health staff Tom McKean.
Here.
And myself, Vanessa Tripp. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the quorum. This meeting is being recorded and broadcasted on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. In accordance with the Mayor General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20, please let the chair know if anyone is recording this meeting or transmissions. Hearing none. The first item on the agenda is the body art. Is Hannah Raptowskaya, apprentice employee of Outlier Permanent Makeup, 8 West Bay Road, Austerville, map parcel 117-087. Apprenticeship was completed, requesting approval to become body art practitioners, tattoo only. Make sure your mic is on. The green light, you have to push the green light. We cannot hear you.
Hello.
Oh, better.
Good. Wow. Nice to meet you again. Hello. Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
So.
Make sure you speak to the mic because
Okay.
your voice is soft.
Okay. So 18 months of my apprentice is running about the ending. It was a very nice time with my boss, Iris. It was really, I teach a lot of stuff with her. She's a very nice lady, very friendly, and very welcoming. So now I'm ready to go to the next step and get my independence license. So something like that.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Staff?
Ms. Hannah completed her apprenticeship, and we received her certified statement, and it was good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr.
And-
Waller? Present.
She just called you present because you just joined in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any question from the board member? No?
No.
Got a move?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much. Thank you.
Good luck.
We have 2 sewer connections extension requests. The first one is Mark Schubertis, owner, 9 Quisset Road, Sanderville, map parcel 250-152, phase 1, SEWH-24-357, requesting an extension of 12 months to connect building to the public sewer. Mark?
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me. So I don't know if it's full 12 months. So I live in Quisset Village Association, and I live on the corner of Waquaket and Quisset. I think I spoke to somebody here on the staff on the phone. And my neighbor across the street recently got licensed to do the septic for our Quisset Village and Association. I believe he just got an approval, BP Sullivan. And our association itself, because I'm on the corner, and first of all, I'm not against it. I'm looking forward to the town sewer and all that. But our association in itself, which I had a seat on the board and was the president before, is still working with the town or somebody else on what's going to happen to our association, what's going to happen to our community. We own the roads, the lights, the electricity, and all those things, and there's going to be a special assessment for everybody on that. The reason I'm asking for extension is because we're going to get a special assessment for the neighborhood, somewhere between $8,000 and $9,000 for each homeowner for the 44 homes that are in there. And I am just kind of waiting for my neighbor to work with the association to figure out what the plan is so he can start construction on all the homes in the neighborhood. And I think there's a little variance in there, what's working there, when that's going to be finalized. So that's kind of part of my extension. The other piece is that the construction, the reconstruction that I have to do is somewhere near $40,000 to reconstruct what I'm doing, but for the actual home itself, which on top of the other association fee is another almost 50 grand for to replace everything to back to normal, so to speak. But in regards to that, it could be less than 12 months. I really don't know. I'm just waiting for our board to work with the association, or the board here to work with the association to figure out what's going on. We have a local meeting internally on the third Wednesday of every month, and everything was still up in the air because we own the roads, the lights, and all that. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to file for the extension. It doesn't have to be 12 months. I put 12 months down to see how they vet everything out first. My neighbor across the street, who also lives on the corner of Quistit Road and all those, and exactly, he's having the same type of issue. And he's actually the homeowner that is going to do all the septics in the neighborhood in the event that, they want him to do it. So there's just a little variance there, and I'm just waiting how that all pans out before I do it. And again, I'm looking forward to doing it, It's way better to be on, the town sewer, but I'm just waiting for all those folks to figure out what they're doing first. And I think I'm kind of speaking on behalf of a lot of the homeowners in the neighborhood too, that have just been part of phase one, but haven't gotten a letter yet. No one else in the neighborhood except for myself and Mr. Sullivan across the street have only got letters to do the septic. No one else in my neighborhood has gotten a letter yet, but everyone along Wequaquet or touches Wequaquet got the letter. And I paid my $1,900 assessment fee and everything already out, so I'm current. So I guess I'm just looking for the extension for that and the reconstruction and the timeline of, I don't live here in the winter. I live in Florida in the wintertime, but the reconstruction and the rebuild of everything would require me to be here to have them do that because of, I don't want to give the list, but there's concrete involved and jackhammering and moving of sheds, and it's a lot of logistics that are going to go into it, and I'd like to be present during that time. So ideally, I just want to wait till the town figures it out and then hopefully do it in the spring. But I just put 12 months down just because I don't know how long it's going to take to assess all those things. But when I'm ready, I'm ready. When they're ready, I'm ready too. So I did have a few quotes from Robert Auer, and I have another quote from my neighbor across the street who's giving everybody in the neighborhood a very, very good deal. But I just want everyone to vet all that out and then, move forward. So that's where I stand.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Any public comment on this one? I got a couple quick questions first before I go to the board member.
Yeah.
So you're saying that in your, let's say call it condominium, you have 48 homes in your area, right?
Yeah, they're all part of the association, Quistit Village Association.
So only 2 of them get the letter?
Only 2 of us got the letter
to
so
connect?
far, yeah.
Okay.
That's because the 2 houses face Wequaquet Lane, and the pipe's in Wequaquet Lane. It's not in Quistit Village. So the only 2 that can hook up now are this gentleman and the man across the street.
So the other unit will be hooked up?
The pipe hasn't gone up into Quistit Village.
Yeah, there's no access point, and we don't know where they're coming in the back way. There's 2 roads in there, Nobody and Quistit, so.
Now, he already got an order letter that expired. 6 months have expired. He already got a 5-month reminder letter, and he already got a final order. We're already beyond the deadline for connection. So we
Right.
can't keep waiting for whatever he's waiting for.
Right.
It has to be connected.
Okay. Any question from the board member?
I look on the town website, the map, and the way his house is situated, it's slanted. It's not facing frontward on Wequaquet Lane or Quistit. And to me, it looks like he'd be better off hooking into, not hooking in Wequaquet Lane. He'd be better off going into Quistit Village, the street, because he'd come right out the back of his house and go hook up there when that pipe is done. But that's something I think for him to work out with Tom and the DPW, if that's true.
Would you prefer to connect through Quistit?
So again, BP Sullivan came over and looked at that, and they said that might be a path of least resistance to come in the back way,
Yep.
rather than move the shed, disrupt the driveway, and do all those
Oh,
things.
definitely.
Oh, that's, I guess we are kind of wondering what was with all the missed notices.
Well, so first of all, it was a mail forward issue from here to Florida, and I'll take responsibility, even though
Okay.
somebody else in my family is responsible for that. But beyond that, and maybe it was a little bit of a misunderstanding in my regards, but I travel a lot for work, and I'm not here a lot, but I left it up to somebody else to handle it, and then once I found out there was notices and short notices, then I kind of stepped in and tried to figure it out, and then it's a whole can of worms. I understand why it got it came to that because of the association, the neighbor getting his license, and BP Sullivan is, as of yesterday, I spoke to them, and they did get certified or licensed to do my house. But it's funny because my neighbor across the street said he's in the exact same spot as me, corner lot facing both lanes. He doesn't even have he has a letter to put it in, but nothing of the final notices or any other paperwork that came along with it.
I think it's more of a timing issues.
Yeah.
In your case, you're maybe getting the first notified to connect first
Yeah.
before your neighbor.
He
That's
got
why
a
you
letter
have that
saying he has
timing.
to connect. But he hasn't got any of these final notices, you owe $200, there might be a fine, or a fine's up to $200 for not doing it. As I said when I very first started, I'm looking forward to doing it. I just wanted to vet out all these other nuances that go along with living on the corner of Quistit and Wequawket. My actual address is 9 Quistit Road.
Yeah. Can I
Not
ask,
Wequawket Lane, so.
you're asking for 12 months. If you want to connect through Quistit, that doesn't exist yet, right?
I asked for 12 months, yes, sir.
No, but if you're going to connect through, could that happen this year?
I don't know. I don't know how I'm not on the board. I don't have a seat on the board anymore, or the president of the association. So I don't wait. When we have our final meeting next month, or a meeting next month, we'll have more of what they're working on for the
So
neighborhood.
the reason that's important is we already have an established pattern of giving people extensions if they're going to connect from a different road because of the many benefits to the homeowner of connecting to a different road. Like, there are already a lot of costs getting hooked up with sewer, and like you said, everybody's in favor of it.
Yeah.
You're in favor of
Yeah.
it. You fully intend to connect to sewer. But if you have to tear up your property to connect on one road and it's much easier to connect it on the other road, and there's definitely going to be sewer there, then we've already established that pattern of giving people extensions because it just makes more sense.
Right. The path of Quistit Road would be better, just like you said, for all those reasons.
Who would be putting that connection in? Is that the town, or is that
Oh.
the association?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. We need
Well, if it's the
DPW.
town,
We need-
we
we
don't know
need-
how many years it's going to be. If it's the
Yeah, if it's a
association,
town, we
it's
would
going to be
know when it's
relatively soon.
planned, right. If it's not you say it's a private road, then you're gonna put in your own sewer line in the road?
No, we own the street, the lights, as a private association. We have association dues, and we're the ones who responsible for paving the roads the last time, when
I
we had
live
to
on
do
a
it.
private road. They're gonna put it right down the center of the road.
Yeah, it's a private.
They don't have any choice in the matter. That's gonna be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need
Who's they? Is it the town that's
Town.
going to do it?
The town, yeah, the town.
Okay, all
So we just need a timeline from the DPW of when it's
I mean,
coming
he should
down.
go to the DPW and request a change in location.
Yes.
In my picture,
Yes.
because it's a much better way to do it. We've had the Greek Church got the same thing last month.
Yes.
They're going a different place.
Well, in the meantime, it probably
They're
makes sense
making
to
a
give them
mountain
the
out of a
extension.
molehill here.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because if you talk to the DBW, you have to get their okay to make that connections to a different
Right.
location on the street stuff.
Okay.
I think I would give you a 6-month extension, sort that out. Because by the time we sort it out, you may not even connect it in 6 months, because depending on, they may not even building that sewer pipe. But at least we have to know when is that pipe when is that pipe is going to be installed and when
Sure.
you
Yeah.
can connect it.
I wish I knew
and so
too.
forth.
Nobody knows the president doesn't know. Nobody knows what's happening yet with our association.
Well, join the crowd.
Tom, I feel like there are multiple
Yeah.
private associations just like this, and I feel like it would be beneficial if the board knew how the town is handling those private associations.
I thought you were going to say there are multiple corner lots on a main road and off a side road, and it's not on the side road yet, but it's on the main road.
Yes.
We've had a number of those where they changed to a different road
Right.
connection because it's less expensive.
Right.
Yes.
And I think the procedure should be, they should just go to DPW
Yeah.
instead of us and get
Right,
the approval.
Exactly.
Because
That's
we-
all, okay.
Who's going to write this down?
To give a chance to see what the option might be and then determine what the variance.
I think he's right.
Oh, your mic is off.
Oh, sorry. I'm just wondering, would it make sense to make a motion to postpone this a month so that we can find out what the alternatives are and then know what kind of variance to, if,
I'm not sure 1 month is enough.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I was wondering, was a month enough? Or
Whatever,
Maybe
yeah.
postpone for 6 months then.
Whatever it would take
Okay.
to go to DPW.
Yeah. You should go and talk to the DPW.
2 months?
2 months.
2 months?
We can table
Is
this
that
for
enough?
2 months.
Okay.
Give you time.
To do what?
Talk to the DPW and see whether you can make that connection.
Right, your alternative option.
Yeah, I think my association has already done that, and they already mentioned that there's not going to be no resolve yet till 2026, even though they just got added to phase one.
We're not talking about the complete sewer plan for
The association.
the association. You just need to ask for permission to connect to sewer when
Oh,
it goes
okay.
down the other road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's
no,
all you
yeah,
gotta
sure,
do.
Sure,
And-
I don't know how to go about that, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just
so what
contact them and just ask them if I can come in the other way.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to make sure which way that you're connecting to the town sewer. That's all.
So, because I'm new at this, it's the first time ever, 59 years old, so
That's okay.
so once I find that out, who do I contact?
You have to contact the office and let
Yeah, or
them know.
Ansley. You
Oh,
can talk to
I know
Brooke.
Ansley very well.
Yeah, if you talk to Ansley,
been
she
great
can
help.
email us with the
Okay,
answer,
sure.
and I'll forward it to the board.
Yep. Again, I'm all for it. I just want to come in the other way, and I think it's going to be more cost effective for me in the long run. And I just live on the corner, so it's kind of a thing, so whatever.
Could I have a motion to
So moved.
table this for 2 months?
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.
Which is
luck.
actually,
A month, okay. What?
it's
A
less than
month and a
2 months, right?
Oh,
Meeting
okay.
December what, 16?
Okay.
A little
A
less
little
than
bit
2.
less than 2 months is our meeting.
Yeah.
Because this one was moved. Wait a minute, this one's moved up. So it'll be a little more.
It'll be open
December is
more.
like,
Okay.
I'll have the date.
Probably.
December 16.
16, yeah. Look,
That's fine.
The next one is Andrew T. Golden, ESQ, representing owner, Reed Corporations, Richard J. Childs, Presidents, 1047 Farmers Road, Hyannis, map parcel 250-004, Phase 1, SEWH-24-342, requesting extension of an additional 24 months to connect buildings to the public sewer. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, good afternoon, board members. I'm Andrew Golden with Leprosera, Laprasina. Coincidentally, this building is where my office is located. 1047 Falmouth Road. If it pleases the chair, I have copies of the GIS map because I think it's helpful that I can provide to you so you can kind of see the layout of this building and what basically our extension request boils down to. Okay, great, thank you. I have copies for everybody.
I'll share.
Oh, yeah, it's just a drawing of what it is. Oh, yeah, okay. CBS is kind of.
Great. So the building's located at 1047 Falmouth Road, Route 28. Sewer connection is available in the road there. And my client got the notices to tie in. Why we're requesting the extension basically boils down to cost. Currently, the building is serviced by 3 septic systems that are at the rear of the property. The building is below street grade itself, and the entire property slopes down as you move away from Route 28. So the surface level of the parking area in the rear where the existing septic systems are is at least 8 feet below street level. So I imagine there's gonna be some sort of pumping system that is required to be installed to pump the effluent up to the sewer line in 28. He got an estimate just to design the system is $5,000. There's a copy of that estimate from Bortolotti Construction included with the request, and there's, if you don't have that, it's attached to the GIS map. Where the majority of the costs, I mean, a lot of costs are still unknown at this point, but that whole rear parking area is gonna need to be ripped up, let alone connecting from there all the way up to Route 28. So that paving cost alone could be well into 6-figure cost. He got a quote a couple of years ago. I asked him to track it down, but he couldn't get it to have that rear parking lot just repaved, and it was over $100,000. So this sewer connection system is going to be very expensive. The building's locally known as the Child's Building, if anyone's driven by it. Associated Alarms at Cape Cod used to be there. They're gone now. A couple of the other tenants in the building have vacated. There was also a cell phone tower that was there that was recently demolished and gotten rid of. So there's been a lot of lost income to the owner at the moment in result of rentals. So I think it presents a financial hardship at this time for him to expend those funds. So he's going to have to come up with some kind of plan to secure the necessary cost to actually do this connection. It's not as simple as running a line from the building to the street. So at this time, he's asking for a 24-month extension to basically come up with a plan of how he's gonna pay for all of this. So that's what's before you today.
Thank you. Any public comment on this one? None. The only issues is because we do not technically give out 24 months extension. Typically, we do like maybe 12 months because you received a notice to connect and then you waited for a while and then you keep waiting and this is almost a year gone. Now is the time then you're asking for 24 months, which to me, you're not showing any effort trying to looking at that. I understand you have a hardship in this case. I'd rather give you a 12-month extension and trying to come up with some concrete steps to move forward with this. I know you have a quotation of $5,000 to do the design, but you have to kind of sign the contract and have the design set up and determine how much it really costs. To me, that is more about like a E1 stations at the back and then a force main, 2-inch force main, go out to the street. So it's not like you have to connect to a 6-inch pipe or 8-inch pipe and connecting to the main. So there is a certain cost saving for the force main, but yes, there is a lift station there.
Yeah, I think really the scary part of this cost per se is the restorative work that's going to need to be done because of the 3 septic systems at the rear of the property. Basically, that entire rear parking area has got to be demolished and then restored. So
It can be filled.
just the paving cost alone.
You don't have to destroy. I just want to let you know, you can
Sure.
fill those in with clean sand and break up the
Right,
bottom.
you're
Right, but they
connecting
still
the
have to-
sewer to the
so they-
building,
they-
not the septic system.
Right, sorry, yeah, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
No, but I'm confused, though. You connect the sewer to the building, not to the septic system, right?
Right.
Well, because your inlet to the septic tank is to the back of the house.
Right, back of the
So you're gonna
building,
go around
yes,
to the back of
correct.
the house,
So-
maybe.
So
but-
you have to connect that outlet to a pump station, like a E1.
Correct.
And then go around the building and come up to the front.
Why not go right under the building, head right out to the street?
No, not underneath the building.
No?
It sounds like there are a lot of great ideas on how to
Yeah.
take care of this property. What would it take to get us plans for how he intends to fix this or intends to connect? Not saying you have to connect, but what would it
does.
take to get us plans that we can evaluate within 6 months?
So I would say, at a minimum, he's going to have to have the system designed so they could create the plan set that would be submitted for the permitting.
Because the reason that is important, is then the engineer can tell you how much disruptions you have at the back of it, of the building.
Understood.
Because you don't have to take up the leaching pit, you don't have to take up the septic tank,
Yeah.
right? So you're not talking about repaving the whole parking lot at the back.
I feel like the board would be, would want to see a big step forward, right? And then, once we see the plans, and if there's a need for an extension, and the owner of the business would then know what the costs are, well, then we could actually have a productive discussion about what type of extension is needed to accommodate the business owner and get hooked up to sewer. But without the plans, it's hard to evaluate that. And I think I agree with Tom, without any plans, it could look like that nothing's being done.
Understood.
And no steps are being made forward. So again, how would you feel about getting plans to us within 6 months?
What is a reasonable amount of time for plans to, does it really take 6 months to get a plan?
Well, the engineers are busy right now.
Okay, all right, so it's
Yeah,
reasonable. to get 6 months.
I could tell you from my experience, not related to this project directly, that engineers are difficult to pin down right now. A lot of them are, 60 days out before they'll even start working on it. So I don't think 6 months is a unrealistic timeframe.
Okay,
But I think that's fair.
okay, great.
Well, the other thing here too is.
Hopefully it'll be good news.
The other
Yes.
thing here too is the sewer line has been in the street for a few years. It's not just been put in there. 28 was sewered,
So
Maybe 3
I believe
years
it was
That
the,
should have been taken care of a long time.
Yeah.
yeah.
sure.
Okay. And it wasn't, so we just want to see, I think we're all happy if we see a big concrete step forward to getting it done.
Can I suggest, if you're going to give 6 months for the plan, also give 6 months to give us an estimate to connect based on that plan at the same time from a
Connect to the
contractor.
Good.
So you have both, at the 6-month meeting, you have both papers, okay?
Well, because by the time you get your engineering plan designed, you should have a cost estimate from the engineer, how much it actually costs you to connect.
Correct, yeah. I don't have any problem with doing both those things simultaneously.
Right, right. Then we have those information, then you can decide it from your perspective, financially, how can I do it? And then we have a better picture of when you can do it and that sort of things.
Okay. So
Understood, thank you.
What do we need for a motion?
Motions to allow for a sewer extensions for 6 months to provide the engineering plan and the cost estimate for the board to consider. Fair?
Correct, yep.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
I'm not going anywhere. You're going to have to listen to me for at least a few more minutes.
Oh, yeah, you used to, failed septic system. Next one is the failed septic system extension request. Entity Golden, representing the owner, Jonathan P. Mink and Louise C. Mink, 29 Phyllis Lane, Hyannis map parcel 209-049, phase 1 SEWH 2023-25-98 failed septic system, requesting extensions of 24 months until the public sewer becomes available. Hi, Andrew again.
Hello again. I have another handout for you. Again, I think it's helpful to see the GIS map, and then there's some pages from the Title V report, which I think are helpful as well. So if it pleases the
Yep.
board, I'll pass
Yep.
these out.
You don't have a copy of the septic system, do you?
So in that sketch is the sketch from the Title V report.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
So it's a cesspool.
It's actually two cesspools, so it's one cesspool with an overflow. So this is a little bit of a different circumstance. So this property is in the next phase of sewer connection. Tom can probably, or Mr. McKean could probably tell you better what the timeline is there.
2 years according to DPW.
So about 2 years before the sewer will be available at this property. It's currently under agreement to be sold. The purchase and sales agreement was attached to the sewer extension request. So that's what prompted the Title V inspection. So the report noted that both of the cesspools were dry. And the reason it failed was that the overflow had some structural issues. So, in terms of the functioning of the system, I don't think that's what the concern is. The concern is more of a safety one for that overflow system that is structurally deficient. So, I had a conversation with B&B, Excavation in Sandwich. They were the ones who inspected the system, and I asked them if there was some sort of Band-Aid repair or something that could be done. But they were reluctant to give me anything unless there was some direction from the Board of Health, because they keep telling me that they're not allowed to touch a cesspool that's failed. So I think this might be a little bit of a question of first impression on how we are going to be handling these. I suspect you guys will start to see a lot more of these as this happens with properties that are in upcoming sewer connections and have failed Title V systems. To me, it seems like wasted money to have this owner spend, north of $20,000 to replace the septic system, only for the new owner to then be required to tie into septic 2 years from now. So what the owner's proposing, and I had a conversation with Mr. McKean about this as well, is to put some kind of barrier around that overflow. I guess there's an existing chain link. I think it's a kennel. It's like a 10 by 10, so that would be relocated and fastened over that area to keep people out of it or from walking on it. If you look at the sketch and the bird's eye view of the property, it's located to the left of the driveway, kind of almost even with the back of the house. So I think it's kind of a less trafficked area. The alternative would be maybe do some kind of cinder block ring around it with a plywood cap, just to keep people from walking on that area. So that's what the owner is proposing, but we're, I guess, open to some suggestions as well. It doesn't seem to make sense to spend that kind of money.
Thank you, Andrew. Any public comment on this one? Any comment from the board member?
Can we hear what Tom has to say?
Staff?
Yeah, I mean, we've had contractors do temporary fixes on Main Street, Centerville, for example, in the past. This is different because it's not a hydraulic failure issue, it's a safety issue with some blocks falling in. So I just threw out ideas on the phone because he had trouble with getting an estimate to do a Band-Aid. So I gave him those other ideas about cinder block walls and keep the kids out, keep people out, but those are just ideas. I like the chain link fence idea even better, if that keeps
How
people out.
about a tight tank?
Yeah, that's another idea, but it's an expensive one, but yes.
Yeah,
It could be expensive.
I did get sort of a last-minute estimate from Douglas Brown. I think my client would like to try and avoid this expensive. It's not inexpensive. It was, I have copies of that because it literally came in right before the hearing. So I can give you guys copies of that. But basically what he's proposing is abandoning it and then adding a 500-gallon leach chamber as a temporary overflow until such time as it. So
Yeah, that's been done at other properties by that same contractor.
yeah, so he estimates it's 7,500 to 8,500. He didn't actually give me a fixed number on the estimate. He gave me, I'll give you guys copies of that as well, but he, he told me 7,500 over the phone, and then he put it in an email, but I don't have, it was kind of like a rush for him to get me this before I was going to be here today, so.
So the cesspools are in place and the main one's working. And I'm assuming this is a second home.
It is a second home. So the owners live in California. My understanding is it's been vacant for some time, and it was used like 1 week a year for probably 20 years or so.
What about the new owners?
So it's a single woman who's buying it. So I don't. That's as much detail as I have. They basically have they have kind of a right to review whatever is decided as a result of this hearing, and decide whether they like it or not. So I don't know what's actually going to happen with this buyer.
So you
going
don't know
forward.
if the new owner is going to occupy it full time?
Right. Yeah, and I don't know if the new buyer is going to hang in there depending on whatever action we decide or you decide is going to go forward here.
It looks like the new owner might be here. Would you like to come up and share your thoughts on how we can help you sort this out?
Can I ask a question about the system?
How you doing?
May I ask a question about the system?
Yes, sure.
Well, the cesspool. Given that we know it's a safety issue at this point, so it could be, a barrier could be put up around it, say a 6-foot fence.
Sure.
And given we know that there will be somebody inhabiting it, and there's not sewer for 2 years, is there a risk that the safety issue would escalate into like a dysfunction of the system itself? It could cause problems before the sewer is available. Is there any way to estimate that?
So I don't know that there is.
Degree of the safety issue? Like, does it give an indication that it could completely fail in a year?
So right now, I guess all I could say is that the inspection revealed that both of them were dry, and it was just that there was a structural failure on the overflow. I don't know that I can give you a definitive answer to that. I mean,
Nobody lives there, you'd expect it. to be
correct,
dry.
right, correct.
So,
Not structurally sound.
My concern, safety being the number one, should be number one, is I like the idea of a galley, a chamber put in for safety. I'm concerned that if someone gets hurt, who's on the hook here? You and us, everybody? If someone gets hurt?
homeowners
Right.
insurance.
What's that?
Homeowners insurance is going to.
Yeah, and homeowners, yeah. So personally, this is my opinion, it would be the chamber idea. We've done that in the past. A fence or cinder blocks, it might attract people more than keep them away. Little kids, I don't know. That's my concern. But that's just my 2 cents. Thank you.
Would the board like to see, I brought copies of the estimate that I got right before the hearing. Okay, if you want.
No,
It's
that's
up to you.
fine. If you wanted to speak,
Sure.
Yeah.
speak to the mic.
Hi, I'm Olivia Brent. I'm a Cape Cod-based wedding planner, and I would be buying this home by myself. And I have 2 kids, and we would be there full time.
What, I just wanted to ask, did you have any particular concerns about the cesspool right now? Or what would you want to see the board decide so that you would feel comfortable buying the house?
I guess I don't want a fence or cinder blocks because I feel like that's ugly. But as long as we find a way to make it safe, I just really want this house, so.
Okay, thank you.
So let me give you my read on this. Because your house has not been occupied, that's why the 2 cesspool is empty. But when the inspection results come back and said you are structural failure, that means to me that we cannot foresee how long it will take becomes a failure. It can be 2 months from now, it can be 3 months from now. and nobody would know until you see a collapse on top and hole in the cesspool. And then you have 2 kids in the yard. That is completely not doable, period. To me, the safest way is to put that 500 precast leaching chamber in, and then you're done.
Yep. So I did get a commitment from my client that they're willing to move forward with that if that's what the board recommended. I was just trying to really present all options.
Yeah, that's the method that I prefer, to have that fixed, and then you're safe, and you don't have to worry about anything, and just waiting for the public sewer.
Yeah, understood. I think the concern's legitimate.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with that. If, I'm fine with a
Engineer.
2-year extension to the.
So what is this?
So long as we have the chamber.
No,
This young lady
we are
and
not
2
extending,
children?
just connecting the sewer. We just repairing the
3
existing
people.
system.
Okay.
2 children.
Yeah,
and-
2 children, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's this young lady and her 2 children.
correct.
Is that big enough to
Well,
handle it?
Well, we have the initial cesspool plus the overflow precast chamber. You should be
okay.
enough.
So,
I misunderstood.
so then your worry about the cesspool caving in will not exist?
No, because you have to backfill the.
Right, so the main cesspool didn't show any sign of structural failure. It was the overflow. So the one that has the structural issues would be abandoned and so,
Backfilled
and
with
eliminated,
sand.
backfilled with sand. That's what the, that's on the estimate that I got from Douglas Brown Inc. And then the new 500-gallon chamber surrounded by 4 foot of stone.
Right, right,
So you're satisfied with that, Tom?
yeah.
Yes.
Tom's an engineer, so.
Right.
So what's the motion? The motion is to,
The motion
the
is,
leach chamber,
so the
a
motion,
500-gallon leach chamber, and is there a time period?
so the motion is to install a 500-gallon precast leaching chamber to replace the existing overflow cesspool, and the existing overflow cesspool should be backfilled with clean sand.
Prior to the occupancy of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, good.
So I don't, the lender, her lender was looking for a couple of things basically they were looking for some confirmation that the home may be occupied pending the sewer connection with this fix. These lenders can be really tricky to satisfy sometimes, so I don't know if there's any way that can be written into it, or I put it, the 3 things they were looking for was like an estimated timeline to sewer connection, confirmation that the home may be occupied, pending sewer connection with the failed system, provided we make the repairs we've just discussed.
I mean, right now, it sounds like it's the 2 years from DBW,
Right.
but that's a
It'll be
gas
4
from
years,
them
too.
right now.
Yeah.
This is
The
a
way
gas
it's
from them
going.
right now. I don't know when.
Right. Understood.
It's a local lender, right?
Cape Cod 5.
Well, they
So they
gotta be
should
aware of-
understand.
yeah.
They should be well aware.
Yeah.
Well,
All set?
I wouldn't guarantee anything.
Well, and Cape Cod 5 should understand that. It's not like they're not local.
Yeah.
So I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
All set.
All right. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Yep.
We don't get a lot of children at this meeting.
Well, actually, we got 2 from CPC yesterday meeting.
Oh, see, yeah.
2 children show up.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For
So
the,
look at the playground, Lisa.
Fair?
for the minutes, you said install a 500-gallon chamber with 4 feet of stone, correct?
Yeah.
Surrounding it?
Yeah, they have to have 4 feet installed.
Thank God we have an
For
engineer.
occupancy.
And destruction or filling in of this, of
Please.
the collapsing
I
cesspool.
want to wait for Mom.
The next item is temporary food event approval. Marty Billmills, event coordinator representing Greater Hyannis Chamber of Commerce, 480 Barnstable Road, Hyannis map parcel 2329-003, requesting approval for events Taste of Barnstable. Hi, Marty.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
So the chamber decided to start adding another event to see if this would work on a much smaller scale. This will be modeled sort of like on the Cape Cod Unprofessionals Back to Business Bash, and it's a Taste of Barnstable, we're calling it. It'll be a smaller event modeled after Dennis and Harwich have a similar type of taste program, sampling products, controlled, food warmers, chilled, nothing be, cooked or anything on premises, prepared foods, sampling, liquor or wine or beer samples also. So we're looking with that premise to, as we get into November now, which we're looking at November 12th for this event, getting into a slower season, the holiday season, so these restaurants can actually showcase what they want to do for appetizers, catering events, things like that. I emphasize a much smaller event, 150 top, 200 I think we're maxing out on, nothing like the hundreds of people or 1,000 people the CCYP events would bring in, because we want to make sure we have the controls in place to make this a successful event, especially with food safety, which was a background of mine for years ago also. With that also, we've got ServSafe food handlers, Erica Sterling and Sean Miller. They'll be in charge of that. I will be in charge of basic other coordinations. So Erica could not be here today, but if there's anything you have for questions or anything that I could answer for you that I've documented already. Hand washing stations, very big on that, of course, too. Again, controls in place. I want to start small and make this big, not big and then have problems, especially with this being at the airport also. And again, highlighting that wonderful venue. This is a win-win for the airport, for the chamber, for the restaurants. So basically building upon that.
Thank you. Any public comment on this one? Staff?
Staff has no objections. I recommend inspection, however, of the hand wash stations and the covering of the food and how it's kept at proper temperatures.
Okay. Any question from the board?
When will the inspection be done, Tom?
We ask that you be ready approximately 1 hour before you open,
sure.
for example.
No problem.
Till
So-
7 o'clock at night?
Does it start at 7?
5.
4 o'clock.
So 4
Yeah.
o'clock, yeah.
So I'm suggesting the vendors be there 3:30, 3:45 to be set up, so there's no excuse when the inspectors show up, we're ready, here we go. Temperatures are ready, they're up to spec, and I've worked the CCYP events before, and
okay.
I don't like last-minute surprises with food temp issues, so
You know the drill.
I know the trick. Especially if I have to sample them too, so, it has to be all.
Did you do the one just recently up at the community college?
We did not.
You
We
did?
did not, no. This is my first for Barnstable in Hyannis, so.
Okay.
Could I have a motion to approve this temporary food events with the permit and with the inspection at 4 o'clock before the event?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it, thank you.
Good luck.
And we have the regulations continue from, this is from September the 30th. The regulations is proposed amendments to the Town Code, Chapter 385-7, hiring of outside consultants. Staff? Tom?
So I recommend this minor amendment to the existing regulation by adding the review of hazard analysis, critical control point plans, HACCP plans for food establishment operations. This would only be a tool that we would use if it's a complicated application that takes multiple hours. If it's simple, we have staff that are signing up for classes right now for review of HACCP plans. It's designed for regulators. They're signing up for this class right now that they're going to go to. We have about 3 or 4 inspectors that have signed up for that. So hopefully, most of them will be without this requirement, but we just need this tool just in case, based on past experiences that we've had with lengthy, taking lots of our time to review HACCP plans, complications. So that's just a tool to be used in case.
Yeah. Any question from the board?
And the way I read it, it's going to be paid for by whoever's bringing it forward
For the review.
for the review.
Right.
It's not,
It's not, we don't have to deal with the funds, it's direct, right, correct.
When was the last time you did something like that?
Last year, we had a couple, it was a year, between 12 and 14 months ago, we had 3 at the same
Never
time.
came to the, we never knew about it, did we?
No, the staff reviewed the HACCP plans, but it took a lot of
Okay.
time.
All right, because I've never heard of it in the years I've been on the board.
Just this, it requires a lot of the staff time trying to review a complicated one. And what Tom is really saying is that some simple ones that they can do the review, except this complicated one, then they would prefer to have hired the outside consultant and being paid for it in terms of that, so.
It
Does
can
the
be
town-
quite expensive. I looked at the pricing to see if I can get a idea from I called three vendors that, outside consultants, and I thought it would be between 200 and 500, but it's not. It's very costly.
Yeah.
Define very costly.
More than, between 5 and 1,000. Yeah,
Oh,
You think
between
about it.
500 and 1,000.
yes.
You think about it, right now, typically, what, $200 an hour, average-wise,
Okay.
right? If you take about 4 hours, 5 hours, that's, let's say a day.
Well, but when he said
That's
it's very expensive, I didn't know if he was talking about $10,000 or if he was
No.
talking,
But the other thing, one woman I talked to, she said she can't give a price, because then you send it back, and then,
Right.
then they have to send it back and forth a couple times, get it finalized, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Move to approve?
And this has been approved by the town lawyer and everything? You have the lawyers looked at this?
I haven't had any comments from them, but if you want to postpone, I can see if they have
Well, I
any.
don't know, I'm asking.
Did they look at it?
I recall, I sent it to them a number of months ago, but I can double check.
I would think they'd want to look at it.
But we can approve it, you can refine the language and stuff like that.
Pending approval from legal, if it has changed, it can come back.
Yeah,
That would be
for
good, yeah.
subject.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you make the motions, and then you second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okey-doke.
And then we have the one set of minutes, September the 30th. Anyone looking at that? It was, Vanessa sent it out yesterday, this morning, yesterday.
Oh, I didn't get them.
It's on an email that she sent out.
Move to approve?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We approve, and we are adjourning at 4:52. We are adjourning at 4:52.
Yeah.
Hold on.